Hello, it is 5 o'clock and we are live on CKLU 96.7. This is your host Jess signing in for another hour of Creator Conversations. This week we have a special guest on. We have Claudine Gagne. Claudine Gagne. So she is somebody coming in from Carrefour Francophone. She's coming in we're going to be talking with her about their upcoming the Nuit Mergent that is going on March 23rd at Collège Boreal. So that is a one-night presentation where you can catch 10 brand new acts that you've probably never seen before. So that's a pretty exciting opportunity to brush up your playlist with a few new Francophone artists that you didn't know you loved yet. As well, so that's through Carrefour Francophone. A subdivision of that is La Slag, who hosts La Nuit Mergent, but they also host all sorts of different musical events coming up all throughout the year. So if you look up La Slag right now, you can find a few events that they've got coming up. They have a surprise comedian coming in later this season. They have a few solo performers. So lots of great, exciting Francophone events for you to attend. And Anglophones, you are invited too. Don't feel left out. Music is music. You definitely go enjoy it. So Claudine's going to tell us a bit more about Carrefour Francophone, about all the services they offer, and then we'll also hear more about La Slag and La Nuit Mergent. Of course, we're going to talk more about that. So remember, our creator, if you are looking for any social updates around the city of Sudbury, we are definitely your main destination. You can check us out at www.ourcreator.com. That's OURCRATER. And we're updating all sorts of things throughout the week. We have past episodes of our Creator Conversations that you can catch up on. We've talked to some really exciting guests. You can look up some of our Trendsetter Thursdays articles. We have all sorts of different stuff like that, different business reviews, events that are coming up. You never know what's going to be going on, and as well, just so you can get this all straight to your newsfeed, check us out on Facebook, on Twitter, as well as on Instagram to make sure that you're up to date with everything going on in Sudbury. So without further ado, let's get to our interview here. So again, that is Claudine Gagne from Carrefour Francophone. She is the event coordinator for La Slag. This week on our edition of Creator Conversations, we are speaking with a special guest, Claudine Gagne. She is here representing Carrefour Francophone here in Sudbury, which if you're an Anglophone like me, you might not know too much about this organization, but they're doing lots of great and exciting things for the Francophone community. So Claudine, thanks for coming into the show today. Can you tell us a little bit more about Carrefour Francophone?
So, yeah, sure. So, Le Carrefour Francophone is a place that offers a lot of services to Francophone family, Francophone kids, and Francophone in general. So, the first thing about that is 45 years ago or more, Le Théâtre du Nouvel Ontario and La Slag and La Nuit sur l'Étang and Le Carrefour Francophone were made to just organize the services in French in Sudbury. So that was kind of a new era. And since Carrefour Francophone and all those organizations are still alive, and now at Le Carrefour Francophone you can have services like summer camp or kindergarten or music classes, or La Slag, which is an organization that organize a Francophone music show. But we also have two little festivals where one is in March, La Nuit Mergent, and the other one is at fall, and it's the French Fest. And at the French Fest we also have Anglophone singers that are coming to our show, because we want to be inclusive, and we want to share and celebrate music and arts with everybody, because it's not just for Francophone people. Our shows are for everybody, even if it's Francophone.
Even if it's Francophone or Anglophone,
yeah,
you should be welcome to come to a Slag event.
Yeah, and it's not because an artist is singing in French that it's not good music, so...
Yeah,
music is a language by itself. So
yeah, I think for sure that a lot of Sudburyans have probably been learning this lesson. I mean, Sudburyans that maybe don't show up to Le Slag events, something like Up Here Festival features a lot of multilingual performers. And I mean, there was one band that was performing called Paupière a few years ago, completely French.
Yes.
I didn't know a word they were saying, but they were on my Spotify playlist for the rest of the summer.
Do you remember what band is it? Which
it was Paupière.
Oh, Paupière.
Yeah, they were the one that played they played a few. I think of the pop-up shows.
Yeah, in the street.
Yeah.
They are awesome.
They were great, yeah. So you said that Carrefour Francophone offers several different kinds of services. Mm-hmm. So educational services, music services, summer camp services. Yeah. So can you tell us more about expand a little bit more about what kind of things that you're helping to teach these young people about the Francophone community?
In fact, this is like all the same services you can have in English, but this is a French area. So the day is in French. So you have, for example, at the kindergarten, if you have a story that will be in French, like everybody communicate in French. But you can have a kid that one of his parents is Anglophone and the mother or the father is Francophone. So this is open to like mixed couple.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if I can say mixed couple, but I don't have the right term in English to say like
multicultural couple maybe would be correct.
Multicultural if we think about languages. Yeah, because it's not something about like where you're from, because everybody can be there.
Yeah. So let's say that you're somebody that maybe is Francophone or is maybe lost touch with their French skills, or maybe they are, like the scenario that you kind of described, that they're part of a family now, one of them speaks French, one of them doesn't, maybe wants to improve their skills. What kind of services does Carrefour offer that somebody that's relatively Anglophone could take advantage of?
I think like most of our services are more for the young, for the kids, but La Slag could be a nice place to be. Like you can be a volunteer for La Slag, so you can enjoy the shows and the music, and also meet people from the Francophone community, and then just like being a part of it again, and just talk more French too. Because I think this is the key, right? Like the more you talk in French, the better you get. Or
you don't use it, you lose it, right? That's what people say.
Apparently, yeah. Apparently. Like, I don't know. French is my first language, and I never lost my French because I'm here in Sudbury for a year. And I always, like, for all my life, I was living in French. So I don't know. But apparently you can lose your first language. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're only speaking a second language, I guess eventually you start forgetting some of the rules.
Yeah, and when you're bilingual, sometimes you don't think in your first language. Like, it can happen that you're dreaming in English if you're Francophone, or vice versa, so that's weird. Brain is weird.
The brain is a weird place.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, man. So the 4 organizations that you mentioned, they all kind of came together at the same time. So were the founders of these organizations finding that there wasn't enough of a presence of the Francophone community in Sudbury?
I don't think that was about enough or not enough presence. I think that was more where can I go if I want to like see a play in French? Where can I go if I want to see a music concert in French? Or where can I go if, like, my kids want to, I don't know, make an activity after school in French? So it was more about that. It was more about how can we organize our forces and centralize it and make it easier for our community to go or to like.
So about kind of uniting all these resources into one spot. So
it's more about the organization of the thing. Yeah. And it's still like that, like we have Le Roc, which is all our organizations in French that are working together. So La GNO, la Galerie du Nouvel-Ontario, le TNO, le Théâtre du Nouvel-Ontario, Carrefour francophone, La Nuit sur l'Étang. We have a lot of those organizations that still meet once a month and think about what's happening in the community and what we can do and what we have to take care of. For example, like La Place des Arts is like one of the projects that came from those reunions, those organizations.
These sit-down meetings are really like, let's talk about how we can get things done.
Yeah, and it will gonna be La Place des Arts in 2020.
Yeah. So talking about the Place d'Art, so can you expand more about what exactly this project means to maybe somebody that hasn't been following all this?
So, so Le Roc, which is like all those French organizations that meet monthly and are in Sudbury, they all will be in La Place des Arts. So that will be like a big house with all the services in French from those organizations. So there is a theater, there is music concert that you can have there. You will have like a gallery, art gallery, and a lot of other things that we offer. Yeah. So this is just like building a house for our family in like big how do we say that when you put a word between two?
Oh, in quotations.
Yeah, quotation, like for our family, but our casa is like your casa. You know, you can.
So kind of taking all these francophone organizations and putting them under one roof.
Yeah.
As a central location.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's gonna be a drop-in for everybody that want to like learn or know what we're doing there.
They want to learn about Francophone culture, want to just see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one misconception, and I find in Sudbury sometimes, because there is such a diversity as far as like, you know, there's an Anglophone community, there's a Francophone community, and it's kind of almost like sometimes it feels like there's a competition between the two, or that there's not really there's kind of sometimes a sense of exclusion from each other. I could say. So what would you say to somebody that's maybe like Anglophone, doesn't feel like they're welcome to go to the Place d'Art once it opens, or to explore these Francophone events?
If someone Anglophone tell that you don't feel welcome, I'll challenge this person to come and talk to us. Just try it. Yeah. You will come back. Yeah, no, I like sometimes I already heard that, oh, you French people, you have la joie de vivre, and it's like cliché, blah blah blah, but it's kind of true. Like when you go in a place full of Francophone people, we are very loud. This is just because we're like just friendly. So yeah, I don't think like Anglophone people are unwelcome to our activities or events. I think it's the opposite. We want to meet them. We want to share with them what we're doing, of course.
Yeah, that's definitely like a huge misconception, you know, like that Anglophones kind of will feel like they shouldn't be there, but really, this is our culture, and we want to share it with you too.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I think maybe the division between Anglophone and Francophone is maybe something more historical from the past, because like I said before, I'm living in Sudbury for a year now, so I didn't have this historical like point of view, because I wasn't there. But what I see and what I experience here is there is like, Anglophone and Francophone, but there is also like people that meet in between, and there is this gray area or this gray space where the cultures are mixed, and this is the best place to be for me. And everybody is very welcoming, no matter what your language is. Yeah,
absolutely. All right. So if you're looking for any kind of resources for your little ones,
Yes.
you can check out Care for Francophone. You can also check out there if you're looking for any kind of music opportunities, because we've got we'll be talking more about Little Slag in just a minute, but the Slag is always putting out all sorts of great Francophone content all year round. So that's the end of our first half, but we are going to cut to some music, and then we'll be back shortly to talk to Claudine more about Le Slag.
Hello, welcome back to the studio at CKLU 96.7. So this hour we've been talking to Claudine Gagne. You just heard our first half of the interview where we talked more about Care for Francophone and some of the services that they offer. In our second half, we're going to be getting more into the different events and activities that you can get involved in through Le Slag, including their La Nuit Emergente festival that is coming up on the 23rd of March. So that's a one night event, including as well an after party at the townhouse where you can catch 10 acts. So that's one night, 10 new acts to check out and add to your Spotify playlist. So we're gonna go into some music that is actually from the festival. So actually, all the music from this episode will be featured at La Nuit Emergente. So first up we have Ça Va, Ça Va by Lou Adrian Cassidy. Then Mais et quoi by La Paysagiste. Then Longtemps by Mauves. I'm not French. I'm very sorry. I'm trying really hard. But let's go into the music here, and we'll be back shortly to hear more from Claudine.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to Creator Conversations. I bet you're expecting some music right now. Turns out the copyright laws even apply to us. Look below for the link to our Spotify playlist and any other links for the music we might have played to this week. Stick around. In just a second, we'll be back with the second half of our interview for this week.
Hey, we're back again on CKLU 96.7. This is an hour of Creator Conversations. So this hour we have been talking with Claudine Gagne. She is coming from Care for Francophone, but she is also the special events coordinator for Le Slag. And Le Slag has a really exciting event coming up, their Nuit Emergente. So this is, I believe, the fourth or fifth year they've had this festival. So this is kind of a really great time for you to discover some Francophone acts that you didn't know that you needed to know about. And of course, also, if you can't get enough of it in one night, you can come back to the Collège Boreal Amphitheater the following night for Nuit sur le Tang. So that is a 45th anniversary of Nuit sur le Tang. So a little bit of a different musical tastes, I guess you could say. A little more on the folk side, a little more traditional for Nuit sur le Tang, and then the Emergent Festival is a little bit more, just something you haven't heard before. So definitely both things you should check out if you want to get into some little bit of Francophone music this spring. So that's coming up March 23rd and 24th. So checking out ourcreator.com today, we've got a few updates that you should check out. So if you head up to the website, you'll see, just scrolling down our front page, we have our an update on our latest series we've been doing with Greater Sudbury Public Library. It's our Sudbury Storytellers. So this one features Terry Lynn Johnson. So this is a collaboration we've been doing every month where the Greater Sudbury Public Library sits down with a different guest in this case for Sudbury Storytellers. This is an author. Talks to them about where they can get their book, where they got the inspiration for their book. Also with Greater Sudbury Public Library, we do another series called Book Talk. So this is one where notable people in the community that are notable readers basically take some time to discuss with us the books that made them fall in love with reading. Some of the stories that have kind of helped shape them over the years. So it's a really exciting series. So definitely watch out for that one. We have a profile with AL Creatives. And so they're doing some really fun stuff. We've got a few roundups back from last week over International Women's Day. We've got some information about Building the Wall, which is the latest dinner theater production that Theatre Cambrian's been working on. We do have also a roundup of all the St. Patrick's Day events in the city. So if you're not sure what you're doing this weekend, where to get your green beer from, I've got a site for you. Check it out. Also, another really cool one is if you're kind of starting to get your springtime, summertime plans started, top 5 day trips that you can make from Sudbury. So that is one that you definitely are going to want to check out, because who doesn't love hitting the road when the weather's nice, right? So let's get into our second half of our interview here. So again, that's Claudine Gagne. She's going to tell us more about Nuit Emergent.
So we're back again. This week we have on Creator Conversations Claudine Gagne. She is...
in French is coordinatrice de la SLAG et des événements spéciaux, and in English is special event and la SLAG coordinator.
Okay,
Yeah.
So the little SLAG special event coordinator.
Yes.
So definitely the best resource to talk to about any of the concerts that Carrefour through La SLAG is presenting.
Yeah.
And more specifically L'Emergent, which is coming up on March 23rd. So first, Claudine, can you tell us a little bit more about the year-round music events that you guys have going on?
So yeah, we have a full season of music, which is every month or 2 months we have a show that is coming, a different kind of music and different kind of artists. So you can have a very popular artist. You can also have someone who's a little less popular, but that needs to be
You should know.
You should know, exactly. Our mission is also to how people discover great music. Yeah. So we have this. We also have 2 festivals, which is La Nuit Emergente that is coming up on March 23rd. And we also have the French Fest that happened in the fall, and it's more like the name said, French Fest. So it's French and English music mixed, and we just celebrate the fact that we are living in a bilingual city and we want to be inclusive. And we also have family day on this festival.
A family day.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So there is activities for every ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So more specifically, we have coming up La Nuit Emergente.
Oui.
So this is the 5th year that the festival's run. Is that right? Or
5 or 4.
It's a relatively new festival.
It is. It's new.
But can you tell us more about this year's festival, what you have coming up, what you're working on leading up to it?
So usually we have a headliner, but this year we decided to have more artists and groups instead of having one big deal and less artists. There's more to discover, that's for sure. So we'll have a lot of artists in different kind of music, and we will have a lot. It's not all in French, because Ilam is an artist that's sings in first language, which is a dialect from Senegal.
Oh.
Yeah, it's blues from Senegal, and is I don't know how to say that in English, but is apparently a descendant of the griot, which is he is a good musician, and it's a part of his life since forever. Yeah. We will also have a band and of course an after party at the townhouse after La Nuit Emergente at the Collège Boréal. Everybody will be welcome to go to the townhouse to see the last show there.
Great. So we have this festival coming up on the 23rd. Are there any performers that you're particularly excited to see yourself at this festival?
Sure.
There sure are.
Yeah. Yeah. For I think 3 years now, I want to see Gab Bucket, which is a very, very kitsch singer, but he totally assumed the fact that he is kitsch and he play on it. So I can't wait to see this very weird character on scene.
It'll be something to witness.
Yeah. He also wears, a mullet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he's bringing it back.
Yeah, and he's wearing it for real. Like, this is his real hair. This is not a wig.
He worked really hard for this look.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I also want to see Les Vulvettes, which is a woman band, 4 women. One is from Sudbury, and another were playing in the Buddy McNeil and the Magic Mirror, a band that I loved when it was still alive. So those 4 women will come at the townhouse to play some rock psychedelic garage music.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah. Very nice.
Oh, man. So if you're interested in checking out La Nuit Emergente, the event is at Collège Boreal.
Yeah.
What are the times and where can you get some tickets?
We can have, you can buy tickets right now. Like, you can go on La Slag website, or you can call La Slag and we will help you to get some tickets. You can also call the Tieno, which is our box office. And the thing with La Nuit Emergente, it's like a discovery experience. So you arrive there at 6 p.m. and you will be able to see like 6 or 7 bands and artists in the same night. So you will have your little path with your schedule, and you will decide where you want to go, because they are playing in different rooms.
So it's multi-venue within the campus.
Exactly.
Okay, so you can kind of travel around the campus, explore the Boreal campus.
Yeah.
And you never know what you're going to find in a hidden room.
Yeah.
So let's talk more about French Fest. So that is coming up in the fall, so we've got a little bit of time for that.
Yeah.
But it's a weekend-long event, right?
Exactly.
So who have been maybe some of the performers that you've had in past festivals?
Last year we had Daniel Bélanger, which is like a big deal for us. Like, he's a francophone singer, a big and great francophone singer. We also had Martha Wainwright. I don't know if you know her, or her brother Rufus Wainwright. They are from a family of singers. We had also Chloé Sainte-Marie, who is a poetress and a singer who made in music some poem like from Patrice Desbiens, which is one of our greatest poets in Sudbury. We had the Midi Cayenne at the Little Montreal. Like, we have music for all the tastes. Yeah.
For anyone to check out.
Yeah.
All right, so we are broadcasting right now on CKLU, where we've been hosting the show. But Claudine, I know you also host your own show on Saturdays.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about your show? When can we catch it, and what's it all about?
It's every Saturday on CKLU at noon. It's called Bikini Burger. Yeah, it's a show where I want to talk, or where I talk and play music made by women. So every artist or band has to have one woman in the band. Otherwise, I don't play it. Like, I need a woman intervention in the music. So, and I'm talking about different women who made the history or changed the history, but we don't really know all those women. So it's just like a time to be sure that we know about what they did. And
so shining a little bit of a spotlight on unsung female heroes.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, this is just 1 hour per week where I can do that, when, like, most of the time we don't acknowledge those women who made a difference in the world. And yeah. Yeah,
so Saturdays at noon, you can catch Claudine right here, back on CKLU. Saturdays at noon for Bikini Burger.
Bikini Burger, yeah.
All right, Claudine, well, thanks so much for talking with us today.
Thank you.
We can't wait to check out Nuit Emergente. That is March 23rd.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, welcome back to CKLU 96.7. So that was the end of our interview with Claudine Gagne. If you've been listening for the whole hour, you've gotten all sorts of information from her. She is on the show representing Carrefour Francophone, but Claudine herself is actually the event coordinator for Le Slag, which is presents all sorts of different music entertainments in French all throughout the year for Siberians to enjoy. So coming up, if you haven't gotten it into your head already, we've got La Nuit Emergente coming up on March 23rd. So that's going to be at Collège Boreal. You can look them up on Facebook to find ticket information. This is a one-night event where you get to check out 10 different acts. And if that's not quite enough for you, you can also head after hours to the Townhouse for more music, or even come back the next night for La Sur Le Tang, Nuit sur le Tang. So there's lots and lots of music to check out that weekend. As well, going on that weekend on the 23rd, there is at the Durham Social a album release party for vintage slang. So that's something else you could check out if maybe this isn't your taste. You never know. We've got lots of exciting events coming up in the city, so definitely check it out. If you're looking for some St. Patrick's Day plans, you can check out ourcreator.com as well. We've got a full roundup of all sorts of different events that are going on in the city. And this weekend also there is Laugh Out Loud Comedy Festival. So they've got all sorts of different events going on upstairs at the Durham Social. They've got quite a few pub shows going on up there, and as well as headlining acts at Fraser Auditorium. So you can check out Laugh Out Loud. One show that I'm really excited to see on the Thursday night, so that's the 15th, is one called Don't Quit Your Day Job. And essentially they have gathered an assembly of Northern Ontario celebrities, and they're going to get them all to give their best attempt at a stand-up set. So I want to see how this is going to work out. So join me on Thursday night at the Durham Social, and we'll see how they do. We'll see what happens. So Claudine, I asked her leading into the interview a few of the acts that she was most excited to see, and a few recommendations to play from the festival from some of the artists that are playing. So she recommended here, we have coming up a playlist. So we have Yella by Ilam, La Mort by Volvets, and Consommation by Gab Paquette. So we're going to go straight into that, and we'll be back shortly to sign off.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to Creator Conversations. I bet you were expecting some music right now. Turns out the copyright laws even apply to us. Look below for the link to our Spotify playlist and any other links for the music we might have played to this week. Stick around. In just a second, we will be back with the second half of our interview for this week.
Hey, we're back on air at CKLU 96.7. So that was the wrap of our show there. So this hour we have been talking with Claudine Gagne from Carrefour Francophone about Le Slag, about some of the services that Carrefour Francophone offers, and also the Nuit Emergente coming up March 23rd at Collège Boreal. So we just had a playlist of some of the performers that Claudine was most excited to see at the festival coming up. So that was Yella by Ilam, La Mort by Volvets, and then we had a 3-track kind of lineup from Gab Paquette. Liked it so much we had to play it 2 more times. So remember, if you want to get your tickets, you can look up Carrefour Le Slag, or look up Nuit Emergente on Facebook. You can find all the links there for tickets. One night, 10 brand new acts that you've never seen before, and then go to the Townhouse afterwards for even more. Remember, keep up to date on all sorts of different things that are happening around town in Sudbury. Go to www.ourcreator.com. That's OURCRATER.com. We're posting all sorts of different stuff all throughout the week about different things that are happening around town, different products, people, places that we think you should know about. We've also got all sorts of past episodes of Creator Conversations. So some of our past interviews, we talked with Tony Anselmo. That was a really great one. We've talked with Sean McLaren, who has been working on THC Positive, which is a movie that we're hopefully going to see very soon the final product of. We've talked with all sorts of different people for all sorts of different kind of projects. So if there's anyone that you think that we should talk to on a future episode, actually even, you can send us an email to Jessica at ourcreator.com. So you can send directly to me your suggestions, and I'll take a look. Maybe we'll hear you on an upcoming episode of Creator Conversations. In the meantime, we are signing out for the night, and if you stay tuned for just a moment, there'll be 6 Degrees coming on right afterwards.